November 13th, and an important announcement, as well as what it means for you and your money, and how this will impact a decision coming out in about a month. I have all the details for you here in the video, as I will break down exactly what you need to know. Let's get into it and discuss what's going on. First off, can I ask a huge favor of you? Will you please make sure to like the video with the big old thumbs up right down below the video? Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Also, if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe to the channel as well with the big subscribe button right down below as well. Thank you. Really appreciate your support, and let's get into it and talk about it. First off, can you believe where we are here? Yeah, still early on in November, but it has been a very interesting and wild month so far. Let's just say that much, right? It's been very interesting to watch this whole situation play out, but here we are. So I will continue to keep you posted, as I have been, with all the details, with all the new information coming out. But I do want to talk about November 13th and what is on the calendar for that day, okay? Maybe something a little bit less exciting, but nonetheless, it is still something important that we want to continue watching, because it reflects our money and what is going on right now, as well as, like I said, in about a month from now, we're going to be getting another very important decision, and that's going to be another big one as well. All right, so let me quickly talk about November 13th, what's coming out that day, and what this actually means going forward. All right, now, on November 13th, which, by the way, that is Wednesday, okay? So this coming Wednesday here, when we get this announcement, it's coming out right away at 8:30 a.m. East Coast time, and it is the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, otherwise known as the inflation report. This is the report that we get out once per month, generally right around the middle of the month or so, and it comes out for the previous month. Well, obviously, this will be October's inflation data. Now, one thing I want to point out really quickly, I know there's a lot of you here in the community that receive fixed income benefits like Social Security, SSDI, SSI, Survivors, Spousal, SSI, VA benefits, things like this, right? Now, the COLA was already announced a month ago, okay? So this report that's coming out does not impact your monthly benefit, as in your COLA. We've already got that, right? We've talked about that many times so far in the last, month or so. I brought you tons of videos on information about that, all the changes that have come out there. So check out those videos as well in the video library. There's a lot of them there. But anyway, so no, this one does not directly impact your COLA. We have all the official information at this time. However, this is important because it gives us a glimpse into what's going on with inflation in the month of October. Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it plateauing? Is it flattening? Is it sideways? What is happening here? And it gives us a better reading into this. Now, as I've said for many years now, I've been bringing you the details of these inflation reports as we get them literally every single month for the last, 4 years or something. But as we get these reports that come out, we dig into the report and look at the real data, because a lot of times it's a little bit misleading. The headline number comes out and say, oh, look, inflation is at whatever it is, 2.4% or whatever it happens to be. And then we look at the details and they say, oh yeah, it came down a ton. Consumers are just flush with cash right now. The American people are good to go, right, financially. But that's really not the case. When we look into the details behind it, we can clearly see that prices on things like, used cars and airline tickets and like a bunch of ridiculous things that people mostly are not buying, maybe prices on those came down and brought overall inflation down. But when you look at things like transportation and healthcare and shelter and food prices, things like that, those have been going up every single report for the last however many years, right? So those ones are the essentials, the ones that the bulk of us are spending most of our money on every single month. Those things continue to go up. So I will dig through the report when we get it right on Wednesday morning, and I'll bring you that information. But this is going to be an important one, and we're seeing these numbers, basically coming down, but really what that means is that inflation is not rising as rapidly as it was for those, few years here that we've been seeing very high inflation since early 2021, when they printed another $1.9 trillion. So that's what's coming out on Wednesday. Now, let me talk about in a month here. So in about a month, actually, it's a little more than a month. It's about 5 weeks from right now, right smack dab in the middle of December. They will be coming out with their next FOMC meeting, the Federal Reserve. Now, remember, they just came together with their meeting just a few days ago, right? So they came together with their meeting, and I talked about that before the other day in the other video, but now, in just about a month and a half, well, not a month and a half, sorry, it's about 5 weeks or so, the Federal Reserve will be coming out with their next FOMC meeting. Now, why is this important? Because it gives us the big question of what are they going to do yet again? Are they going to pause? Are they going to cut rates again? Are they going to raise rates? What are they going to do? We don't know that yet, but this inflation report that comes out here will give us a very good glimpse into kind of an idea of what the Federal Reserve may do. But then next, in early December as well, To be fair with you, I have not looked at the calendar yet. I don't know which day of the week it is yet. I haven't looked at a calendar out that far. But the first Friday of the month, whatever day that happens to be, again, I honestly don't know which day of the week that is. Or, sorry, I know which day of the week it is. It's Friday. I don't know the date of that yet. I have not looked out that far. But the first Friday of the month, when we do get that day that comes around, the first Friday of December, we will be getting the non-farm payroll number. That will be the jobs report. Now, the jobs report is also a very important one. You've heard me talk about that 1,000 times before in other videos. This is, in my opinion, the most important economic data point that gives us a barometer on the health of the economy, right? The jobs report. Because if jobs are being created and the unemployment rate is going down and the labor participation rate is high, that probably gives us a pretty good indication that the economy is probably pretty strong. We've not been seeing that lately. We've been seeing the opposite, right? Job creation is low, labor participation rate is low or steady. We've been seeing unemployment ticking up, average hourly earnings flattening. Not a good sign, right? Means that people are not working as much. It means that less people are working, unemployment is going up, and we're earning less money for our time. Yeah, that's a good equation for nothing, right? Yeah, that's not a good thing. But anyway, when we get that jobs report out, that'll also give us some information into when, what the Federal Reserve will likely be deciding. Now, I have also not looked at the calendar yet, but we should be getting the November inflation data also before the FOMC meeting. Again, the FOMC meeting is kind of a little bit later than typically when the inflation data comes out. So we should be getting November's inflation also in December. Again, I haven't looked at the calendar out that far, but we should be getting that as well before the next FOMC meeting. So we've got a lot of data points here, important data points more like, before the next meeting. So this is good. Now, if they bring down interest rates a little bit, guess what? That means less money going out of our pockets, of our bank accounts, in the form of interest payments to the banks and the credit card companies and the credit unions and anybody that we owe debt to. Less money goes to them, which maybe you're not in that position. I am. I got tons of debt. Okay. Am I happy about paying huge interest rates? Nope. Don't love it, right? Because that's money that it takes away from me and my family that I could be using there, and it goes to the bank instead. I'd rather have that for me, right? And just saying, okay? And by the way, the less money that I have available, that means less that I can give to you in this community through the cash drops and the Amazon project, things like that I do here on a regular basis. So there you go. The higher interest rates that we have to pay on all this credit card debt and crap like that means less money for everything else, like including the cash drops and stuff that I like to give to you here in the community. So anyway, it's a bad situation. So the more that these interest rates come down, the better off we are for everybody. Not only like you and me and everybody here in this community, but everybody across the entire country, businesses, small, medium, and large, everything across the country. Make sense? Anyway, I'll continue to keep it posted on this. This is the important report coming out on Wednesday, which is November 13th. Can't believe we're in where we are in November already. I mean, seriously, this is nuts, right? Where did 2024 go? I don't know. I feel like I say that all the time these days, but it just seems like time is speeding up. I don't love it, okay? I'm just saying, right? It just seems a little bit odd that how fast these days zip on by, the weeks, the month, the years. It's kind of scary. I know people have been telling me this my whole life. Time goes faster the older you get. Yeah, I'm believing that now, okay? I'm really believing that now. It's pretty scary. Anyway, hope you're doing well. Please enjoy your day. Have a good one. Stay safe out there. Happy holidays. I think I can say that about now, right? I mean, it's about that time. It's craziness. But I hope you're doing well. Again, thank you so much for joining. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Like the video. Again, big thumbs up button right down below. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. That means a lot to me. Otherwise, check out the other videos here on the channel, the thousands in the video library. The ones I've hand selected for you down below in the description or the top of the comment section. And right now showing up on your screen as well. You'll see some videos there. Thanks so much. Check out one of those, and I'll see you again very soon in the next video.